Hello guys, Lifehackster here, and I'll share with you today a wiring technique, especially the ones that are planning to add an add-on PoE or NVR camera to your existing wired system. And that is that you really don't need to drop another run of Cat5 or Cat6 cable from your NVR or PoE switch to the new camera. And this will save you a lot of time during install. And that is by using the existing wiring from one of your cameras and splitting it to power up the new one. And this is done by using a PoE combiner and splitter. And I have a Reolink brand here, and I actually bought this a while back but never got around to make a video on it. Also, this wiring tip is brought to you by Reolink, and they are sponsoring this video, so thank you. Inside the box, you'll get the paperwork showing how this is set up. Remember, this will still use two channels or ports in your NVR or PoE switch. You will get these waterproof Ethernet lids if you need them. And we have two sets of adapters here. On my left is the splitter cable, all Ethernet ports, and on my right side is the combiner, two connectors and one port. And I have a real-life case install scenario that would need this setup. And this is for a gym install. I actually installed this Reolink NVR setup here about 6 months ago. I filmed it, but I never got around to edit the video. Anyways, today I'm adding an add-on camera to monitor the outside, which I picked the Reolink Duo 3V, a vandal-proof IK10 PoE camera with a 180-degree panoramic view. And this is the best use case for this dual-lens side-by-side camera that can monitor the whole row of businesses in this strip mall. And I'll show you the full resolution recording later on. So my dilemma is adding the wiring. Why I'll make it harder for myself to drop another run of Ethernet cabling from the back of the building to the front. And as you know, ceiling tile should actually be easier to run the wiring. Unless you have a hard time popping off the ceiling tile because the HVAC is in the way. Or you have a hard time maneuvering your wire fishing rod with all the insulation that this building has. It was hard. It took me at least an hour just to drop one cable. So today, I'll do it the easier and definitely the faster way. And this is the plan. I'll use the cable powering up this camera, which is the closest to the outside. And this Ethernet cable is about 60 to 70 feet going to the back office where the NVR is. And I will just need about 15 feet of extra cable to power up the Duo 3V, which I'll be installing right here. There was already a camera here before because there is already a hole. First, I'm going to unplug the cable from the back of the NVR going to the front camera. And using the combiner adapter, I'll plug it into its Ethernet port and I'll plug both connectors to the available camera ports in the back of the NVR. And as I said earlier, this will still use two ports or two channels of the NVR or your PoE switch. Nice. Then I'll just pop off the ceiling tile here where I installed this front camera and unplug it from its Cat5e cable. And using the splitter adapter, I'll plug this in on its Ethernet port. And I'll use a short cable, and this is the perfect use of the short blue cables that comes with Reolink cameras. And this will connect to this camera. Now on the other port is where I'm plugging in the 15-foot cable that I already pre-made the night before, which I'll show you how I connect the pass-through connectors. And I'm using a Cat5e cables on this install. First, I'll strip the outside jacket using this mini stripper, then cut off this thread here. By the way, fun fact, and I have to research this on what is the purpose of this thread. This is called the ripcord. So if you want to strip and expose more of the wiring, just make a little cut on this PVC jacket, and this is for the ripcord to slide in. And you can pull it down to rip the jacket so as to expose more of the twisted pair wiring instead of using a blade that can nick the insulation on one or more of the wires. With the mini stripper that I use, I don't need the ripcord. Also, to easily untwist the twisted pairs, you can slide in the jacket that was removed earlier and you can straighten out the wiring, because you need them all straightened out so as to line them up in proper order to be able to push in the connector, which it's going to be striped orange, orange, striped green, then blue, striped blue, then green, striped brown, and brown. This also will take time lining them up, especially if you haven't done this before. And just slide it on the pass-through connector like so. And double check and verify the order again of the wiring. And I'm using this Klein crimper here. Just push it on the RJ45 slot like so and squeeze, which will crimp and also cut off the excess wires. And that's it, we got a connector. By the way, use cable-specific connectors. Don't use Cat6 pass-through connector on a Cat5e cable, and vice versa. I learned that the hard way. And now I'm just going to throw this cable as close as I can where the new camera is going to be installed. On the outside, I'll make this hole bigger for the Duo 3V wiring to pass through because I'm not going to use a junction box. This is, by the way, a cement board, so I'm using a masonry drill bit, 3/4 of an inch bit. And from the inside, I was able to reach and push the cable out without needing a wire rod. I don't have a template for the Duo 3V, so I just made one up. And this is what I'll use to mark the holes that I need to drill, because I'll be using plastic anchors. Then I'll open up the dome of the Duo 3V and plug in the Ethernet cable and feed the wiring through the ceiling. I'll just pull out this cover, and this is the reason why we need a 3/4 of an inch hole so that this can slide in. And just screw in the camera with the 3 screws. Before putting back the dome, make sure the camera is working and alignment is good. Then wipe down the inside of the dome, making sure no smudges that can cause issues, especially at night. And screw back in the dome. And last important step, also wipe down the outside of the dome. By the way, the Duo 3V, if you don't know, is a vandal-proof camera, and I will link down below my review video on it. And we are done. Just checking that the settings are correct. And because we now have 9 cameras running, I have to go with a 9-window layout on the monitor. And this is what the recording looks like. As you can see, the Duo 3V can monitor the whole strip mall sidewalk here, plus the parking lot. But this will be better if it has a bit of a wider vertical view. Video quality is pretty good though. Well, I hope you learned a thing or two from this install, and that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.